Mr. Abuja and Mr. MJ, the assistant director. Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor to be here. Thank you very much. And I'm seeing this put it together. I'm seeing my comrades. In fact, I'm seeing my friends. I'm calling me. Thank you so much very much. Thank you so much, sir. Our programmer in the web development class. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, Yomidel, Mr. Haruna. Thank you so much, everyone, for calling. Mr. James, of course. So we're talking about mastering the art of deep focus in the noisy world. We understand that the era we are in, we are bombarded with information structure. The ones we need, the ones we don't need, the ones that will move us forward, the ones that will not move us forward. Everything is there because everybody wants to become a content creator by all means. Everybody wants to put something out there. Even the junks, the trash, the good ones, everything that everybody wants to put something out there. So this morning basically we'll just talk about how to actually master active focus at the same time to structure a day to be productive. Okay. Now, in this audience, I believe there are three sets of people that are currently here. Those joining us online, there are three sets of people that are currently in the on. Those people that are not focused at all, they are not focused at all as a result, and effect, they are not productive. Because you need a level of focus to actually produce certain kinds of results. You do not expect somebody to bake a cake by mistake, like she just mixes things up and like you just see a cake on the table, a beautiful cake at that matter. So it means when you are not focused, as a result and effect, you will not be productive. That's the first set of persons. The second set are those that want to be productive, but they don't know how to be productive. And by the grace of God, we are led to learn how to be productive. And the third set of persons is those that want to be focused and stay productively engaged, but do not even know what to do. Because sometimes we are told things like, be serious with your life. Be serious, become serious. Okay, as an individual, I want to be serious. Okay, what should I be doing now that I want to be serious? If I leave this event at the end of this meeting, when I return back to the hostel, what next? Okay, what should I do with what I've learned? I want to be focused. I want to do something with what is happening that I should do. You see, why do we need focus? We need focus because we are in an era of 3 C's. We are in an era of 3 C's. And the first one is accelerated change. Everything is changing. We are transitioning from, obviously we're in the knowledge area, from the knowledge era, we are now into artificial intelligence, AI, and all of these things. And not too long ago, ChatGPT came, and students, there's a way we now do assignments. There's a way we now read. Why? Because things are changing. So many things are changing, and as a result of the change, there's a sense of complexity. You don't even know which of the AI tools should I use. What should I do? So many things is just changing, and it's making me confused because I'm being flooded by information back to back. So we're in an era of overwhelming complexity. And of course, extreme competition. I said, everybody wants to become a content creator. Everybody wants to create content. Even those that don't have nothing up there to share, like no sense of value. You know, TikTok is now a tool where people just want to get popular. Whether you have value to provide or not, you just want to get popular. And you see a lady dancing before a screen, okay, what will I learn when I'm done watching this? Is it just to excite me or exactly? Competition. Okay, this is the strategy this person is using, and he got 5,000 likes on a comment or in his or her comment. I should adopt it, even if it doesn't make sense. Just do it. So in this era where we are flooded with so many information, now the question becomes, which pages should I follow? Which page should I not follow? Who should I follow online? Who should I not follow? What content do I need to like stay on to so I can be productive? Because there's some content you can follow online and it can make you productive. They can teach you how to actually be productive, and you'll be productive by the end of the day. Are we together, please? Now the question becomes, what is focus? And just a short definition, it says the ability to concentrate one's attention, the ability to concentrate your attention or to sustain concentration to sustain concentration. You see, this word called attention is very expensive. Very expensive. And then you hear things like pay attention. You are actually paying something with your attention. You don't just pay things with money. You can come for an event that you paid for to attend, and you actually get there and you will not pay attention. You see now? So it means your attention is very expensive, and whoever you are giving your attention, you should be intentional as to who I'm giving my attention to. Because attention is expensive. So focus is the ability to concentrate one's attention or to sustain concentration. And then productivity. Productivity is never an accident. Like I said, you don't just get kicked by an accident. And productivity is more of producing a result, producing an output, which will then result into an outcome. So a student producing first class is being productive, is a result. You don't just get a first class by mistake. You don't become an excellent public speaker by mistake. You don't deliver a lecture by mistake. That's being productive, and it's never an accident. It's always a result of a commitment to excellence. A commitment to excellence. Intelligent planning. And that's why I like this, because to actually be productive, it requires a lot of planning. It requires a lot of what? Focused effort. Focused effort. Your work, your energy, abilities, you are focusing into a particular direction to actually produce a result. So it requires a lot of planning to actually produce results. Results are different cadres, results are different realms. It requires intentionality and a lot of planning. Now, what is productivity? I got this definition, and it says productivity is the ability to efficiently complete tasks and achieve goals using the least effort or using the least amount of time and resources. So it means productivity is beyond producing results. You can produce results, and in the process of producing results, you wasted resources. Are we together, please? You can produce results and waste resources in the process of producing that result. But when you are effective, when you are efficient, that is when you are actually productive, and you can say this person is engaging productivity. It's not just about being busy. It's not just about being busy. It's about working smart. It's about staying focused and consistently. Please pay attention to the word consistently. It's about consistently making progress. Consistently making progress towards meaningful outcomes. So there are some outcomes that are not meaningful. That's what I'm trying to say. So a lady that has no value to provide in the space called TikTok, just wasting time and just putting out content that doesn't make sense, she's actually producing a result, but it's not meaningful. So all of these words were carefully pieced together to actually define the word productivity. Intentionality, you complete the task within a particular amount of time and resources. You are working smart. You are working smart. You know, I do spoken word. And I started last year, not so long ago. There is something I started doing this year in spoken word that is making me now being smart, like working smart. So what I do is this. Let me just say this cheat code. So what I do is that when I'm done writing my piece, I record myself. I record myself, the whole piece. As I'm in the bathroom, I'm playing it. I'll put it at the window seat and I'm listening to myself. I'm victim. When I'm in the room trying to cook, I'm listening to a spoken word I'll be presenting maybe next week. That is me working smart. You understand? Instead of just maybe when I started earlier, I wasn't making any records. So it's more of when I go to the place of rehearsals, then I just start like rehearsing and just saying it back to back. But I received an idea, and this is me working smart. So it means it will take less amount of time for me to prepare for a spoken word performance. That is what it means. So productivity is not just producing a result, it's how did you produce a result? Were you efficient? Were you effective? Just a moment, please. And then, why are people not focused and productive? Because I don't just want to jump into showing us how to be productive, how to be focused, and then, excuse me, so you are just focused and then you are productive. The thing is, when you remove those noise from your life, the noise from social media, the noise from this person, that person, and all of those things, will you just be focused? Like, you'll be focused doing what? Because you need to be focused doing something to be productive. It's not just to be seated, so I drop my phone, I don't want to go online, I don't want to do no social media. Why? Because they say I need to be productive and I need to be focused. So it's not that I drop my phone, then I just sit idle and say, oh, I want to be productive. Now, you need to be focused doing something. Now, what is that thing? One of the reasons why people are not focused and productive is simply because they don't discover purpose. They don't know why they exist yet. The day you discover purpose, you will be more busier, like 4 times busier than you used to be. Because the what has been defined, the what to do has been defined. So the moment you discover purpose, you capture a vision for your life. You need not be advised to be serious. You need not be advised to be productive. You need not be advised to now be focused, because you have discovered what to do. And because purpose can inform, you know exactly what to do. And while I was reading the book In Pursuit of Purpose by Dr. Miles Monroe, it says purpose creates a vision. So purpose is why a thing exists or why someone was born. Purpose creates the pictures, the glimpse as to why I was born. This vision then produces a goal, or it produces goals. The goals permit for the development of a plan. Then the plan allows for an orderly journey. So the moment you discover why you were born, it creates a vision. A vision allows you to now develop a plan. A plan allows for an orderly journey. So you see somebody so productive, so focused, doing something, and you are like, this guy is so busy and this guy is actually productive. But the question is, who tells him what to do? Who actually gives him the assignment and the task to actually do something? Purpose informs. And Dr. Miles Monroe said, when purpose is not known, then abuse is inevitable. Abuse of what? Abuse of time. What is abuse? Abnormal use. When you don't know what to do with your time, you abnormally use it. So some people, one of the way they abuse time is to sleep. They sleep to a fault. I was discussing with someone lately. We're talking about this sleep thing. Some people sleep crazy. How will a young man be sleeping 12 hours a day? You are sleeping 10, 11 hours a day. You slept 10 p.m. and you woke up the next day to 10 in the morning. Really? You are just idle, just chilling on the bed. And you see, that bed is more like a graveyard to that person. So the person is abusing time. Because purpose has not been known. If you know, when you discover purpose, you will be so engaged that 24 hours is not enough. You will be begging God if it was possible to actually increase. Just give me 2 more extra hours. Let me do some more before sleeping tonight. Because we found something. And Dr. Lyman said, when purpose is not known, sleeping becomes a hobby. You know, sleeping is supposed to be like when you are recharging yourself. So you've been so busy and engaged throughout the day, and then now you are so tired and exhausted. What you need to do now is to work, is to sleep and just recharge. It's not hobby. I'm not doing it not because I don't have anything to do. I'm just trying to recharge and refuel. So that when I wake up the next morning, I'm strong to execute and actually do the work that matters. Abuse is inevitable. Why? Because purpose has not been captured. This is the first reason why people are not focused and why people are not focused. The second reason, no planning or poor planning. No planning or poor planning. Like we said initially, that productivity is not an accident. You don't produce certain result by accident. So when you do not plan, or when you plan poorly, your plan, there was no intelligence captured in your plan, of course you will not be productive. You will not be productive. No planning or poor planning. Guess what? Planning is so important that when you want to build any building of worth, you start with a plan. It's called a build. Planning is so important and tedious that there is a professional responsible for planning called an architect. One of their major job and their core assignment is to plan. Burj Khalifa, 100 and something story buildings. 100 and something story building. It started with a plan. It started with a plan. Number of paperworks pieced together, so many planning going into that building to have that edifice. And I remember a quote, it says, if you can plan it with pencil, if you can draw it with pencil, you can weld it with steel. Steel. If you can draw it with pencil, if you can plan it with pencil, you can weld it with steel. That is the power of planning. That somebody can sit down and say, I want to be a millionaire in the next 12 months. And we sit down and make a detailed plan and actually execute on that plan. And in the next 12 months, be a millionaire. That is the power of planning. So when you don't plan, obviously you will not be focused and you will not be productive. The next point is, they are not serious enough to execute and pursue their plans, their goals. They are not serious. You see, if you still need supervision to be serious with your life, you're actually not serious. If you still need someone to call you and ask you, like maybe your parents, if you still need your parents to call you and ask you, hope you are ready, hope you are not playing around, though, all those kind of thoughts, you are not serious enough. When you are serious enough, you don't need nobody to advise you to be serious. So it means you can actually make a plan, a detailed plan. If you are not serious enough to execute, you still will not be focused and you still will not be productive. That's what I'm trying to say. And of course, the last point here says they don't understand the value of time. They don't understand the value of time. If you understand the value of time, you always be at your feet. You always be at the cutting edge of doing works that matters. Because time is more valuable than money. So somebody will tell you, please send me 5,000 naira or send me 2,000 naira. Tell you, I don't have money, I don't do this. But that person can be willing to spend 2 hours with you, gisting or talking about profitless things. So they can waste 2 hours, but 2,000, they are more serious with their 2,000 naira. They will not give you the 2,000 naira just like that. Oh, what can do for them? But they can spend 2 hours discussing about something that does not make them be upfront, discussing about something that will not make them productive. Just there. And guess what? If you lose something, maybe while you're watching your phone fell, a good Samaritan happens to keep your phone. He will look for you and you meet and he will pick up your phone. Are we together, please? Hope that's true. But guess what? Any 1 second, 1 hour, 1 day wasted, you can never get it again. You can never get it again. That is the value of time. And as a matter of fact, these two great men said this: I wasted time and now time doth waste me. William Shakespeare. I wasted time and now time doth waste me. Now, you need to know who is making this statement. You need to know who William Shakespeare is. This is not a normal man. This is someone that was so good in English and literature that his writings were used to standardize English. His writings were used to standardize grammar, vocabulary. Like he literally came with words. He coined phrases and words. And at his peak, he was saying, I wasted time and now time don't waste me. Guess what? He was the one that wrote Romeo and Juliet. In the 15th century, he was the one that wrote Romeo and Juliet. So just imagine what impact have I made? If you want to like say, let's measure his impact. What impact have I made? And this man at this height, till today, he's writing this influencing English and literature. And he's making a statement. And the other man said, Benjamin Franklin said, dost thou love life, then don't squander time. For this is the stuff life is made of. Like, do you really love life? Because if you do, you will not squander time. This is the stuff life is made of. Time. Now I said the value of time. Time is life, and life is time. Time is life, and life is time. You see, when you go to a man's funeral, you get things like, in his lifetime. In his lifetime. Time. So it means, even if that man lived up to 70 years, it was captured and said or called in his lifetime. So it means his existence was summarized into 4-letter words called time. So it means in his lifetime, this was what he was able to do. So maybe he built schools in his community, he sponsored children to higher institution, he gave food to the widow, he gave empowerment programs and other things. It was all captured in time. You cannot get it back when it's lost. You cannot get time back when it's lost. Time is an asset of equality. Why some invest it, others squander it, or multitude, as a matter of fact. Multitude squander it. Time is an asset of equality. We all have 24 hours. Does it interest you that you don't have 24 hours? Does it interest you that you have 24 hours and I have 24 hours? And guess what? The best students in your class have 24 hours. And you also have 24 hours. Dangote has 24 hours. Then what exactly is the difference? But because one set of people understand the value of time, the other set of people understand the value of time. I heard of the story of this man, what's his name? Richard Branson, the CEO of, or is it the founder of Richard Branson. He was in a particular season of his life where he was doing certain kinds of work. At that time, he refused every single engagement. He's a public speaker, of course. Like, he refused every single engagement. Like, he doesn't want to engage in no speaking engagement this season, let's say 6 months, for instance. They were offering him to come and speak for 1 hour for $1 million. He turned it down. Just come and speak for 1 hour, I'll give you $1 million. Now, that wasn't the first amount. He started from thousands of dollars. Then he said, no, I'm not accepting any speaking engagement this season. He said no. Then he turned it down. Then they reached out to his PA again. We've increased it $100,000. He said no. They took it to $1 million. And once he said no. Why? Because that season of his life, he wants to use his particular time to do something specific. And you know something about time? Almost all of us here, if not all of us, will have wasted time, including myself. I remember when I was growing up, secondary school, there's a in the night, they call it junction. We just go there and gist and gist and gist and gist. They will collect movies. I watch movies a lot. I used to watch movies a lot. They will collect so many movies. I will come back home and I will do my video of movies. From one movie, 2 hours, 3 hours, when I'm done, I enter the next. I enter the next. Time was gold. But because then I didn't understand the value of that. But now that I understand the value of time, you will not see me in certain places. Even if maybe you is doing whatever, some events I don't attend. If I'm not needed, I don't go. Time is a factor that unifies, it equalizes everybody. If you are sensitive enough, if you are intentional enough, then you utilize your time. Now, how to structure your day for productivity. Now the main business of the day begins. How to structure your day for productivity. How to structure your day for productivity. Number one is you plan and prioritize. You plan and prioritize. Like we said, to be productive and to be focused, it all begins with a plan. It begins with a plan, and for those of us that read the scripture, it says, a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. So maybe as a student, you finish class, or while you were in class, waiting for the lecturer to come, then the classwork drop an information in the class book that the class has been cancelled, the lecturer is not coming. And you begin to think, okay, what will I do now? Should I go to social center? Should I still stay at the back? Should I go back to hostel? You are just trying to think. Now, all of those thinking, you are supposed to do it before leaving the hostel in the morning. And those times you are trying to think, someone can bring something exciting, a gist, a topic, or something. And then the moment the person brings it, then you engage into that talk or whatever it is. Because you didn't plan before leaving the hostel. You didn't plan before leaving your house. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. So you plan and then you prioritize. And then plan helps to kill that noise in your head. It kills negotiation too in your head. You are trying to think, where should I go? What next should I do? You didn't plan it, that's why those negotiations happen in your head. So when you are planning and prioritizing, you are asking yourself, what are the tasks for the day? What are the tasks for today? What am I supposed to do today? And I need you to be detailed and specific. Be detailed and specific and ask yourself, what? What exactly am I to do today? When should I do it? Where should I execute this plan? And then of course, how long? What should I do? When should I do it? Where will I do it? Then how long? You can say things like, I will read tomorrow. And tomorrow will come and pass, you will read. Number one, you didn't say this, you saw. There was a what. Your what was, I want to read. But there was no when. When do you want to read? 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. When do I want to read? Where do I want to read? Is it in my room, on my bunk, or in the library, or in the department? Then how long? Will I spend 30 minutes reading 1 hour or 2 hours? If you do not attach how long, you may just go to the place of study and do 5 minutes and you leave. And you may feel good because you actually read. You actually left the hostel to the place and you did 15 minutes study and you came back. Because there was no how long. And you see, how long is actually the quality assurance to the result you produce? The quality assurance to the result you produce, how long? Because 10 minutes reading is not the same thing as 2 hours reading. You actually read, but they are not the same. And the quality of results you produce will be different. Are we together? Number 2, how to structure your day. Use time blocks. Use time blocks. Time blocks is more of maybe in the morning from 9 a.m. now that we're in the holidays, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, I want to focus on deep work. I will not go on any social media platform. I will just stay and do the work necessary from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Then I can put on my data by 12. Time blocks. You block specific amount of time. Very important for you to do that. Specific time for deep and focused work. And you need to be intentional. And you can do time blocks in 2 different ways. It can just be maybe something very long, like 10 to 12. So you wake up in the morning, you do your eating, your prayers, Bible study, whatever you're doing in the morning. Then you say by 10, I want to start doing, maybe I'm reading, I'm working on a particular project, whatever it is. From 10 to 12, no distractions. I mean, you are not putting focus. You put your phone on silent, you are not putting no focus. Then from 10, you can now attend to the missed calls. You can now go online to check what's happening there. Or you go online before the 10. Or the time blocks, you can slot it. Slot it. Some people that find it difficult to stay focused for a long period of time, then you can slot it. So maybe 1 hour will just stay focused, then afterwards I can just move around, take some fresh air, then return back to work, something like that. So you slot it in between. But you need 10 blocks. You block it. Like, whoever is calling, let them call them. You see, you need to be selfish enough to complete your work. You need to be selfish enough to complete your work. And somebody will be thinking, somebody like me that is very busy and very engaged doing this in so many organizations and all that, you will be thinking, oh, this person is calling me, maybe he's in the midst of a challenge or he needs a solution, I need to answer him and do this. Hello, sir. The reason why they are reaching out to you to solve their problem is because you have value to offer. And that value did not just come upon your head by mistake. And for you to remain valuable, you need to do certain kind of work. It's not for you to keep dispensing value until you fizzle out. You can be dispensing value and if you don't have time to refill, you go out. Let me give you an example. You've seen tankers, right? That carry petrol, tankers. It carries petrol from one part of the country to another part of the country. A tanker, the main tank that is contained with the petrol, he wants to go and distribute it to what? Different filling stations. But the tanker's tank uses diesel. So it means if the tanker run out of diesel, it will not be able to move the petrol to the next station. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it means as you are dispensing value, if you do not refill, you will go out of the market. A time will come, men will no longer need you because they've heard all you always say. Because you didn't have time to sit down, do the studies, refill yourself, refire and come back. You were busy dispensing. I said, I need to serve my word. Actually, you need to serve your word, but you cannot serve from an empty cup. There needs to be something inside that cup before you serve to the next person. So they say things like, you cannot give what you don't have. Are we together, please? Just a moment, let me quickly complete it. Number 3, how to structure your day for productivity. Eliminate distractions from your life. Now, we are talking about how to structure your day. And I said eliminate distraction from your life. Eliminate distractions from your life. Or I said how to structure your day. So it means something. I'm speaking from a broader perspective that it's not just about removing distractions from today, it's about removing it from your existence. Because this journey of productivity is about being continuous in producing results. It's not just I will be serious during school time, I will produce certain results, then during the holiday, I will waste my time. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about being consistently productive. So it's just to remove certain kinds of distractions from your life. Are we together? Distraction don't just waste your time, it drains energy. It drains energy. So you do this and then you move to WhatsApp. From WhatsApp you go to Instagram, then you open your notebook, then you read a few lines, then you go back online, you check what's happening on YouTube, then you go to TikTok, then you watch a few, then you go back, you do this, you touch this, you touch it. At the end of the day, you stretch, you're tired. What did you do? You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You were drained of energy. Why? No focus. You touch it, you do it. And as a matter of fact, the moment you are doing something, and you change direction to do something else, it requires an amount of energy from your brain partner to rewire and then refocus on what you're doing. That switching of tasks, you do this, then you switch, then you switch, is draining energy from you. It's more of you want to go to phase 1, then from here you trek towards that PG part where I said you want to go to business school. Now your focus is to get to the main phase 1, Senate building. Then you trek towards that business school direction. Then you return back to window on the right. Then you use Wi-Fi into. Then you go back. Then when you walk, you get to Mixer Aromat, you take Coke and bread. You walk back. Then you walk back towards PG side to greet the security there. Then you go back to phase 1. Then you get to Senate building. Then you greet like 20 people very in Senate building. At the end of the day, yes, okay. I'm tired. That's what we do. You touch this, you touch it. You know, before, I thought I used to be very wise when I'm doing so many things at one time, at the same time. I thought I was very wise. I didn't know I was harming myself. can be working on 3 things at the same time. I will touch this, open this book, make research on this, send this person message to help me send something. Like I'm doing something that I thought I was wise. I didn't know I was draining energy. Are we together, please? Now, you see this point, good things can also be a distraction. You see, it's talking about, like conversing. You talk with your friends. Is it bad in itself? No. Okay. A time needs to come in your life where you focus on just the right things, not just good things. Good things can also distract you. So imagine you have an exam on Monday, for instance, a bulky exam, and you are invited to attend wedding on Saturday. Now, to attend weddings is very good. You enjoy the moment, it's very good. And you have a bulky exam on Monday, and you've not actually read for that course at all. So it means you need a lot of hours to actually sit down to read that course if you don't want to fail it. And they invited you for wedding ceremony Saturday morning. Then evening they invite you for wedding ceremony. It's good to attend weddings. You are celebrating life. Is that not true? Then afterwards, you return back to the hostel. Maybe tired because you danced crazy during the wedding ceremony. Then you came back, you attended the wedding, the birthday, then you came back. And then you now say, oh, I'll leave by 7. I'm tired, let me rest a little. Then I'll leave by 9. And then all of a sudden you slept. Then you woke up on Sunday morning and you have a bulky exam morning. To attend weddings in itself is not bad. To attend baby ceremony in itself is not bad. But they are good things. At that moment of your life, what you're supposed to focus on was the right things. What was right for you at that moment was your exams. So good things can also distract you, not just bad things. Certain good things will distract you. Whatever you are doing, whatever you need to do now, like your focus for now, that is the right thing. Any other thing that is coming afterwards is a good thing. So I gave you an example of Richard Branson. They told him to come and speak for thousands of dollars and he said no. To come and speak to people is a good thing. It's a good thing. But for the season he was in, that moment, he was focused on the right thing, not just good things. How do you eliminate distraction from your life? To eliminate distraction from your life, you declutter your life. How? Declutter your life. Turn off your data when you are not directly using it for your current work or tasks. And I said turn off your data because now, some people have abundance of data. So it's always on, they don't off it. And outside the country, I don't think they off data. But if your notification is on and you are working, that sound is beeping. You are reading, you are trying to comprehend a particular sentence. It beeps. You're distracted. You just got distracted. You are reading a PDF on your phone or making a flyer. You are doing a design on your phone. You are doing a design on your phone. A WhatsApp notification drops. It distracts you. You are working. They drop an email. It appears here. It's distracting you. And then, you see, John says, since last year, I have off my WhatsApp notification. Since last year. So when I on my data, WhatsApp notification will not drop on my phone. It's not. Because I turned it off since last year. So it means for me to see your message, I need to open the app on WhatsApp. Especially those groups we are part of. The notification coming from those groups are so disturbing. So disturbing. So I off it. I don't need those kind of distractions. Notifications are coming from YouTube and everything. But there are some apps that if you receive too many notifications, just turn it off. Turn it off. Unsubscribe from YouTube channels, newsletters are no longer serving. I'm sure if you open our emails right now, our email, we have like 300 mails with no open. So many emails are coming because we subscribe to so many newsletters. Maybe you were trying to register for a program or do something, and they'll tell you, drop your email. The moment you drop your email, they will now start sending you newsletter. And you actually don't need a newsletter. Go back. Check your email. Unsubscribe. Don't just delete the message. It's about just disconnect, cut the wire, unsubscribe from certain newsletters. Some YouTube channels that are no longer serving you, unsubscribe. Don't get notifications you don't need. That's what I'm trying to say. Notifications you don't need on your phone, it shouldn't go wrong. Do you understand? It's like a container you have that has limited spaces. Okay, that is popcorn, you pour it inside. This is water, you pour it inside. This is stone, you pour it inside. Sand, you pour it inside. The time will come to get filled up. But you actually don't need this thing there. Don't even allow it to enter your phone. Eliminate distractions. Silence your phone and focus on deep work. If you are working, your phone should be on silent. Use a sheet of paper. Now, what I do is, I notice, I don't know if you've noticed, but me personally, I've noticed that when I'm seated and I want to actually do some kind of work, especially reading, I notice that time when I'm reading, that is when ideas come. These ideas can be like serious ideas. Some can be send that person a message. Now, this is a good message. It's not just nuisance. Maybe I can send that person a message because of the project we are working on together or something. But I realize that when it begins to come to my mind, do this. The moment you now carry your phone, you now send this person a message. You continue reading. It will also come, send that person a message, then you carry your phone again. Now, these are distracting. So what I do is, I have a sheet of paper close to me. The moment the idea comes, send that person a message, I will just write the person's name and a word to remind me of what I want to tell the person. So maybe I want to tell a videographer, how far have you edited our video? I'll just write the person's name in brackets, video, then I continue my work. I have that sheet of paper with me. An idea can come, not necessarily send somebody a message, an idea. Maybe start up a business or something. An idea, I will write it down. The goal is to instead of as I'm doing this, I'm touching my phone as I'm talking. No. So I'll just be documenting it on the paper. But if you just start this thing, you'll notice that the moment you start documenting on that paper, it's as if the whole idea wants to pour in your head at that moment. So at a time you have to come where you say, I will not write anything again. Just leave this thing. Focus on what you're doing. Any idea that's on, let it go. If it's very important, to come back there. So you can document your thoughts as it comes. Then cultural environment. Students are very funny. I'm sorry I'm using students. We're not talking on academic excellence. Because we are in student environment. Students are very funny. They go to places where there is free Wi-Fi and they stay on ground. They go to places where people are always on the move. People are entering and leaving. And as you are leaving, somebody enters, you raise your head, and you drop it back. Somebody enters, you say, come on. Your sight. Then what about sound? You are in a place where they are playing jambos. You are using jambos to play music. And you cannot comprehend in a noisy environment. You can actually focus in a noisy environment. And you go there. So cultural environment is part of the way to eliminate distractions. Your cultural environment. You go to certain places where you can focus. When we're preparing for this exam that I've just concluded, my roommate is also my classmate. I'm at the up bunk, he's at the down bunk. He will be reading and reading. And then maybe you come across something like, wow, this lecturer will kill us. It will start the conversation. He will now say something, this will say something. Then we will now continue reading. He will now say something like, he was have you seen this? Then we will now have just a minute conversation that will continue reading. All of those things, they are distractions. So if I really want to focus, this is what I do. Alpha guy, correct. I'll pack my bag and I'll leave the workshop. I'll go to the computer, I'll just go to somewhere else to just go and sit down where nobody knows me. So when I'm busy working, somebody's coming to shake me and tell me how far. What am I using your hand for? I came here to work, so I want to meet people. So your environment needs to be cultural. Now, don't get me wrong, some people can actually do focused work in the noisy environment. That is their own property. And then temporarily or permanently delete some apps from your phone. And I gave that example, I would have highlighted that. And I gave that example for a reason. Temporarily or permanently delete some apps from the phone. You know, I have 2 phones. And I downloaded TikTok some months ago. And I opened an account to TikTok March. And do I have to? And I've not posted anything there. I don't even open that app. But some people spend, hey, my God, some people spend hours on TikTok. Does it interest you that the name of the app is the sound of time? Okay, I'll say that again. The name of the app is the sound of clock. Tick tock, tick tock. What does that mean? It can probably take your time. You're on TikTok, just scrolling. 30 minutes, you're just scrolling. Oh man. You see, there are some things that are not bad in themselves, but how you use it matters. Money is a tool. Money is not bad, it's a tool. You can use money to send someone to university. You can use money to feed the family. At the same time, you can use money to kill someone else. You pay money to do their job. So money in itself is not bad. It's a tool you can use to do bad or do good. That's the same way all of these apps are not bad in themselves. But the way you use it matters. And who is using it matters. And who you follow in that space matters. You see, you can be on TikTok and you follow certain kind of pages. And those pages will actually provoke you to turn off your data and go and walk. So maybe you're on TikTok and you follow a page that posts videos from Bishop Oyedepo. So when you keep watching, you're on TikTok, you are watching videos from Bishop Oyedepo. And it tells you things like, nothing works without somebody at work. So you hear that first statement, okay, then you continue. And then it tells you things like, time is an asset of equality. Some invested, they wanted to waste it, okay. Don't have on TikTok, but I'm learning. Just watch it. Then you keep on. After a while, when you keep on listening to these great men telling you the truth, they are actually provoking you to off your data and actually go and do the work. But when you watch those guys dancing and singing in TikTok, though you don't intend to become a dancer in the future, though you don't intend to become a singer, you don't intend to become a footballer, but you keep your time doing all of these things. Distraction. How to structure it? Fill the gaps. Fill the gaps. And I wrote, I said, maximizing wait time. Maximizing wait time. Fill the gaps. You know, this event was supposed to start by 10 a.m. this morning, and we started later than that. And while I observed the audience, went from the other side, through the window I was watching, everybody was on their phone. True, alright, very well. There's free Wi-Fi, so we are chilling. I was also on my phone, so I'm not trying to say what you were doing was bad. I was also on my phone later. But you see, while you were waiting for the event to start, you could be working on your phone. That's what I'm trying to say. You probably could have been on Canva making a design, a flyer you want to post before or later. You probably could be on your phone reading a PDF file because the place was actually quiet. You probably could be on your phone writing out certain things or planning for tomorrow. So you are maximizing the wait time. While you wait, you are maximizing. So you are feeling in short. And as a matter of fact, I will tell you that when you are planning for your day, there are some things that you can do anytime and anywhere, or anywhere as the case may be. There are some works you can do it in your room, on your bed. You will just be there and you do the work. But there are some works you can do in your class. Even if the class is noisy, you can still do it in your phone. And it's actually work. Graphic designer, they can do their designs when the class is noisy. Is that true? So you are filling in the gaps. You are not allowing any time to slip by. Okay, probably while you're sitting waiting, you are listening to something. You are listening to a speech or a presentation. That's actually work. So it's more of maximizing every single time. You are not allowing any time to waste. That's what I'm trying to say. You can be making a research. Maybe you want to know more about techniques, for instance. You know, when you are visionary, there are certain ideas that just begin to come to your mind. Because I know someday I'm going to go to private jet to move from one part of the world to another to make different speeches to inspire people. Then maybe while I'm sitting there waiting, I can just be searching on aircraft, different names of aircraft and all of this. Just maybe. I can just be making research instead of just going online and just endlessly scroll. So we are filling in the cards. The next point says, set reasonable deadlines and targets. Set reasonable deadlines and targets. You see, deadlines can actually meet deadlines. It can kill you. Sorry about the wrong. Set reasonable deadlines and targets. When there are no deadlines, it's like a free lunch. It's more of, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, I will do it next tomorrow. You keep procrastinating. You are just moving it forward. Set reasonable. I said reasonable for a reason. Because sometimes you may want to do something that can take you 7 hours of deep focus. You may want to do it in 2 hours. You know that is not possible. That will make you get overwhelmed and exhausted. You know that is not possible. So the deadline should be reasonable. You check. This is what I want to do. Okay, how many hours will it actually take me to do this work? Do you understand that? Then you actually spend this number of hours to actually do the work. It's not that you are just putting a little time for much work. You know it will not work out. When there are deadlines, there is a sense of pressure, and it's a good kind of pressure. If a lecturer gives you an assignment that says submit next week, most of us will start that work 2 days or 1 day before. But a lecturer can give you an assignment today and say submit tomorrow, and you will submit tomorrow. Why? The deadline was so close. So there is a sense of healthy pressure that you have when there is a deadline and there is a target. I've been awake since the midnight working on all of this presentation. Why? Because this event already has a date today by 10 a.m. If there were no date or something like, maybe the director will come to me and I would like to come and speak in this space sometime. So there is no date. There may be no pressure for me to start working on my piece. But when there is a specific date, there is pressure. Burn the line. When I say burn the line, it means sometimes there are times that you hold on a particular task and a particular work, and you don't leave it until you finish it. Because I notice, even myself personally, that I can be working on a particular project, and then maybe it requires a lot of hours to work on. Then I'll work for a few hours, then I'll do something else. But you see, when there is a target and a deadline, and you say I will burn the line, it means I will hold on to this task until I finish it. I won't leave here. Sometimes there are times I'm working in the class. I will tell myself I don't finish this, I won't leave this class today. And I will stay there. I will work till after 12 midnight before I will leave phase 1 to phase 2 to come back to myself. That's me burning the line. I will say that that's me burning the line. Sometimes, sir, you have to stay awake at night to do certain things and complete it. It's not about procrastinating all the time. You burn the line. Now, we'll just wait for them to face the stop. The next one on my slide is mastering the art of deep focus in a noisy world. You know, we're talking about how to structure your day. Now, we are trying to master the art of deep focus in a noisy world. How to master the art of deep focus in a noisy world. Please check if it's connected to the world. Just a moment. Let me. Just a moment, please. Let me stop. So I said, we are trying to master the act of deep focus in noisy world. Because you can structure your day and still not be focused. So are they technical? It's not moving. Now, mastering the act of deep focus in the noisy world. Number one, be disciplined. Because if you are not disciplined, even if you structure the entire day, when you are doing your thing, nobody is there to hold your hand and say, don't open WhatsApp. Nobody is there to hold your hand and say, don't open this app. No. It's by yourself and for yourself. Be disciplined. There cannot be continuous productivity without discipline. There cannot be continuous productivity without discipline. And now there's something called commitment device. Commitment device is something you do in the present that affects the future. Commitment device is the present day choice that dictates what the future behavior. So I say things like, leave your phone at home and put it to the bed yourself. So even if it's itching you want to press your phone, but the phone is not with you. One of the things you can also do is when you're at home, you can take your phone to the next room, give it to your sibling to hold on to it and say, please don't give me this phone until the next 3 hours. That's commitment device. And if you truly are a man of your words, then you actually will not go and collect that phone until the next 3 hours. Are we together, please? So, use commitment device. Become the police of your life. Stop waiting for people to supervise you before you be serious. Become the police of your life. When you discipline yourself by yourself, you set out this is what I want to do and you actually do the work. That's the way you can be focused, I tell you. Because you can choose to do something. You can choose to be distracted. It's a choice. Number 2, cut down social media time and be intentional. Cut down social media time and be intentional. Engage mindfully. Cut down social media time and be intentional. When I say engage mindfully, this is what I mean. When you are about going online, online is like an ocean. Imagine yourself standing in front of an ocean. There's so many things. I don't know if you've been to the river areas or you've watched videos, you see sometimes when they sell fish on the river there, at the river bank. There are some boats, the fish is inside and they are selling it there. So you come close to the river bank to actually purchase fish. I will see that, please. So take social media like a river that has different boats with different people inside selling different things. And of course, one of the ways people sell is to call the attention of the customer. So they call your attention, come on by, come on. So when you want to go online, just imagine yourself that way. Facebook is somewhere looking at you. WhatsApp is looking at you. Instagram, TikTok is looking at you. You can be intentional and say, okay, now I'm done doing my work for today. Let me go online. I want to learn a little about leadership. So let me go to John C. Maxwell's YouTube page. Or let me go to Vusitel Bewayo's YouTube page. I want to learn a little about entrepreneurship. That's me being intentional. Then you go on YouTube You click on a specific page and then you watch some videos there. That's you engaging mindfully. It's not just going online to just keep scrolling and scrolling. No. Sometimes I just go to some pages to just go and listen to Bishop Eliligo speak. Just short video clips. I just go there and that's what I went online to do. I'm not just allowing the feed to bombard me with whatever they want to bombard. No, I'm mindful, engaging social media. Cuts down the time. There is something about algorithm. The things you keep opening, the things you keep liking, reacting to. The moment you like, you comment, you maybe share, the algorithm will keep pumping those feeds to you. They will keep bringing the same thing. So there are some ladies' phone that if you open their phones, Facebook, what you see is human hair, people that say we phone, tap. You understand? That's what they've been engaging with lately. So the algorithm continues to pump them with those kind of things. Those that open a lot of educational content, the algorithm will pump the same thing to your page. So what does that mean? It means do not engage on the post you do not want to see again. That's what it means. So if you see any kind of post, and you know you don't want to see this kind of post again, don't even like it, don't comment. Just let it pass. Just let it slide. And I said things like ignore or save for later. You know, sometimes I may go online and want to search on a particular thing, and I will see another video that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You can go on YouTube to look for a particular video on leadership. But while you were searching for leadership, you saw a video on business that makes sense. It makes sense, so what you do is what you put it for save for later. So imagine you go on YouTube, you want to search for a video on leadership, for instance. And then while you were scrolling through, you saw how I built a business, $300 million startup with no degree or no network, a self-made millionaire. This video makes sense. Is that true? There should be some insight that you learn. And this was more than 15,000 views in 3 weeks. So it means this video makes sense. But remember, you didn't come to learn business that day. You came to learn leadership based on the plan for the day. And because it makes sense, what will you do? You click on the dots. You click on what save for later. Then later, actually later, you come back. Maybe that day or another day, you come back, you go to a particular place on your YouTube where the videos for save for later are. Then you go and actually watch the video. I tell you, sir, if your plan for the day is to learn leadership and you watch this video becomes a distraction. That's why I said good things can also distract you. Not just the right thing, but not just bad things, like so to say. So it means at that moment, what I'm supposed to learn is what leadership. That is the right thing. The moment I do something else, even if it's good, it's distraction. So you either ignore or you save for later. Because there are some posts you should actually ignore. Like, ignore it, just leave it. It's not needed for you. Are we together, guys? Number 3, remember we are trying to learn how to master the act of what deep focus in the noisy world. Number 3, have series of projects and tasks to always work on. This is so profound. Have series of projects and tasks to always work on. And from the book, Show Your Work by Austin, it said, chain smoke. Use the end of one project to light up the next. Use the end of one project to light up the next. So it's more, there is no time for idleness. When I'm finishing one, I'm kickstarting the next. There is no time for chilling. That's what I'm trying to say. The end of one task to initiate the next. I finished my exams on Wednesday. I came back to the hostel, uploaded online about this event to just that was the first time I was posting that we're having this event. I uploaded on my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere I uploaded. Then I just went to go and sleep and just rest because I've been doing serious series of reading, right? Then I slept. By tomorrow I also woke up after 3 a.m. the next day. I started working already. Remember, I finished exam on Wednesday. On Thursday, I was already working. On Friday, I had 3 meetings on Friday that was planned for during the exam. In fact, before exam, it was planned for already. On Saturday, I had 3 meetings. Yesterday, Sunday, I gave a spoken word in church. In the morning, in the evening, the videographer is here. In the evening, we shot a spoken word video. Yesterday, Sunday. After the spoken word video, I had a meeting by 7. And today, I'm here giving a prediction. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm going for an outreach. Myself and our team, we are going for an outreach to two secondary schools each per day in one foundation. Two outreaches on Tuesday, 2 outreaches on Wednesday, 2 outreaches on Thursday. Then on Friday or Saturday, I'm off from this state called Kaduna State, Zaria. All of these things I mentioned was planned for before exams. So one task as it's ending, I already know what to do next. I'm not waiting, I'm not second guessing, not thinking. Always have series of work. Don't just be left idle. You are just seated, there is nothing to do, you are joking. It's proof you've not found purpose. Because if you found purpose, you will be preoccupied. Now, I have to capture this. I posted this some time ago on my page. 1st of March this year, we held our first event organized by CIB, my organization, Crafted in Excellence. 1st of August, that was on a Saturday. The next day, I gave a spoken word in church. While I was preparing for this, I was also rehearsing for that. Afterwards, other project followed. That's what I'm trying to say. You are engaged doing work. No time for idleness. Number 4, get involved. Get involved. Stay committed. Get consumed with work. Get involved. Stay committed. Get consumed with work. Get involved. Stay committed. Get consumed with work. There is a saying that says, some temptation comes to all men, but all temptation comes to the idle. So the moment you're idle, there's nothing to do. All the temptation there is will come to you. But there are some temptation that comes to all men anyway. Now, this is a statement by Billy Graham. You can get so choked up with work, get so focused doing work, that you can't even remember social media exists. I remember last year, August, I was part of the training called Colonial School of Ministry, 6-month training. We were preparing for our exams. The exams will happen on Saturday. On Sunday, 5-6 days before that Saturday, which is our exam, on Sunday I received a message that I will be representing, myself and a lady will be representing our faculty in an inter-faculty oratory contest in ABUK. That was on a Sunday. I received the message on Sunday evening to prepare for a debate for Friday and Saturday. Meanwhile, I have a 3-hour 30-minute exam on Saturday. So, as I'm preparing for my exams, I'm also preparing for 2 days debate, semi-final and final. That's how we went on Friday. We did the semi-final. We won. Faculty of Environmental Design, by the grace of God, me and the lady Sakura, we won the competition that first day. And then they gave us a new topic right there for tomorrow, for Saturday. And that's the same Saturday I have an exam. That period, will I even think there's anything called WhatsApp? With the level of work that is in front of me, that in less than 24 hours, I have so many things to deliver. Will I even think there is an app called Instagram? Will that even cross my mind? Why? I'm choked up with work. Busy doing work that I can't even remember selling this exists. Okay. Now I said final thoughts on productivity. Final thoughts on productivity. By the way, I'm almost done with the session. If you have questions, just document it shortly on one side. Avoid multitasking. avoid multitasking. Sometimes, like I explained earlier, I said when you do one thing and then you move to the next thing, as you are switching tasks and all that, it requires a level of energy for your brain to rewire to focus on what you're doing. As you are engaging in so many things in the same time, it's actually making you less productive actually. It does. So avoid multitasking. Don't overload your day, it will become overwhelming. You want to do serious, like 7 tasks, like serious tasks, 7 in one day. You may not be able to finish it. And one of those tasks may require 7 hours to complete it. You will not be able to finish it. So it means just put specific tasks that is just enough for the day. I'm not trying to put something that I'm not trying to tell you to put just a few tasks that will make you lazy around and then you do 2 and 3 tasks and say I'm done for this day. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying don't overload the day, just put just enough work for the day. Just enough. Sometimes you get so overwhelmed because the work you plan to do that day is just too much. And you know you cannot do it. And I do this a lot, but I'm changing. I will put maybe just 4 tasks, 4. Or one of those tasks can take several hours for me to finish it. And at the end of the day, I have a headache. I'm not done with my plan for the day. And all of this is what I'm not as productive as I should. Because sometimes you are working on a particular task and you see that it's now evening, you've not completed it, and you ask yourself, what did I do today? You actually worked, but there is a sense of joy you get when you actually complete the work. You get it now. And I said sometimes life happens. Sometimes some things will just happen. Some things you didn't plan for will happen. So even if you plan that today I want to do these 5 things, something else can come up. Something else can come up. Unexpected. I remember this semester after paying school fees, it was showing my brother that the school fees I paid wasn't complete. So we have to go to Senate to go and sort that out. Now, I didn't plan to go to Senate in a particular day, for instance, but it became a necessity that I just have to go to Senate building to go and sort out certain things. Unexpected events. What if someone misplaces his phone or the phone gets stolen? Well, do you understand? Automatically disrupt your activities. So some things can happen and life can happen. What if somebody falls sick? It requires good health for you to actually do your work. And then I said, it can disrupt your plan. There's something called disruption. There is positive and negative disruption. Positive and negative disruption. As a baker that bakes cakes, and you're also a student, for instance, you can have maybe test next week or something. And while you are just doing your thing, you can receive a call and say, help me to bake 6-step cake. Do you understand that? That is a good opportunity for you to take. Is that true? That's a very good opportunity. But that will probably disrupt your weekly plan. But it's a good one anyway. So when I say life happens, it can happen in a good way and it can happen in the other way around. When someone's laptop is stolen, you balance your day. You know. You start looking for, where will I get my materials, reading materials, how will I get back the laptop, how will I get back the phone, all of those things. So sometimes through life can happen. And then I said, learn to schedule. You cannot finish everything in one day. You cannot finish everything in one day. You cannot finish everything in 1 week. It will take time to actually complete the task. Learn to schedule. Schedule and know what to do now. So there is this matrix. You see, there's a way to pronounce that name. That's what it's called. You said? Come again. Thank you very much. I learned that, but it's gone now. So it's something called the 4 Ds of time. The 4 Ds of time. The first D stands for do. D-O, do. It means there are some things you should do today. Why? Because it's important and it's urgent. So you do it. It's important and urgent. You do it. Then there are some things that you delegate. D, you delegate, you don't do it. Now probably you have workers that you pay or something like that. Or if you are in an organization, maybe you're not comfortable, you can delegate to other workers, right? So the first one is do, you do it. It's urgent and it's important. The second one is delegate. It's urgent, but not important to you. It's urgent but not important to you, so you delegate it. Do you understand? Then the next one is what? Defer. D-E-F-E-R. Defer. That is where scheduling comes in. You mean you like push it a little bit forward. You can schedule it. You cannot finish everything in one day, so you schedule it. You say, okay, I will do this today. Tomorrow or in the next 2 days or 3 days, I will do this other thing. And when that day comes, you actually do it. Right? And then the fourth D is delete. It's not everything you should do, sir. It's not everything you should do, man. Delete it. And I learned this from Greg Grotius, if you know him, from the Life Church, from America. He said he has a list, he has a to-do list, and he has a to-don't list. There are some things he will not do, and there are some things he will never do. So there are some things you shouldn't do. Just delete it. It should be off your schedule. Be focused and flexible. Be focused and flexible means I want to achieve this particular goal. This is what I want to do. But things may happen, so I'll be flexible. It's more of I need to travel from here to Lagos, for instance. It's a goal. I need to travel from here to Lagos before 2 days time, for instance. I can either board the airplane, right? I can use airplane and go. But what if they say they are doing maintenance in the major airport in Lagos that will receive you? So it means no aircraft is flying to Lagos within the next 7 days, for instance. So it means you have to use vehicle. The goal is Lagos. I need to get to Lagos. But the means towards getting to Lagos can change. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what being flexible means. So it means if I want to do a particular thing and something comes up, maybe a lecturer demands that I want to see, or there is an emergency you need to go and attend to, but you need to do a particular work today, and you plan that you want to do it by 12, and you see the phone call by 11 that you need to be so and so place, a fixed class or something, then you have to go, then you have to be scheduled within the same day. The goal is to achieve the goal, which is your goal, but you can be flexible about it. Are we together, please? Now I said, conclusions and recommendation. Be intentional about your life. Your life. Be intentional about your life, stay focused, and you will inevitably what? Produce results. I corrected that, sorry. Be intentional about your life, stay focused, and you will inevitably produce results. When you are serious with your life, I've said it before, you don't need to be advised to be serious, you don't need to be advised to do your work, you don't need nobody to motivate you, you will do it. You will be the police of your life by yourself. Why? Because you are intentional about your life. And I say this, nobody wins by mistake. If you win by mistake, you will not keep winning by mistake. Yeah, you can win a lottery by mistake. Right? You can actually hit the first class by mistake. But you don't keep hitting it by mistake. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't become the governor of the state by mistake. No. Something actually happened. There is an underground work, there is a behind the scene work. So you don't produce result by mistake. And if you produce result by mistake, you don't keep producing result by mistake. You know, a time needs to come in your life where you gain mastery. You know what to do to get what. You know the inputs to make to get a particular kind of output. You are not producing, you are not second guessing. You know sometimes you can produce, you are like, what did I do to do this? I actually don't know. I did this, I did. What exactly did I do to do this to produce this? But when you attain onto mastery, when you become intentional, you know what to do. You know if I add A plus B plus C, I will get D or Z as the case may be. Wherever you are computing, wherever you go. Do you understand? Intentionality, sir. Intentionality. I'm done. But before I go to the question and answer section, I want something, I don't know if I should do it. Sign J. Can you help me with the sound? Let me just give you some quick video. So if you have a question, you can just piece it together. Just a moment, please. It's about time. It's about time. So let me just say it out. So I said, exam is over. It's holiday. No more reading, no more reason to wake up early in the season, no more lessons, assignments, assessment, tests whatsoever. It's 7 o'clock. No more time consciousness. It's time to cancel some movies and series, just maintain my speeds and be at peace. Am I speaking your mind? Just maybe. But I have one question for you. This question, if and when answered intentionally, will determine the next decade of your life. So please permit me. This question has made mighty men, lanky men, noble men alike. But before this question, I want you to remember the test you took some time ago. I made the test, you probably scored less than 45%, even though you knew the date, time, and venue the test was going to hold, and yet you failed it. You had an idea of the syllabus. You knew the content and the context of the course. You even had a glimpse of how the question might look like, and yet you failed it. Now the question is, are you preparing for the test of life? Because the test of life, we are not privileged to know when, where, or how it's going to happen to us. Are you preparing for an impactful life, a fulfilling life, a life of meaning and purpose? My question is, are you preparing for life after school? Because, moment. The question is, are you preparing for life after school? And the answer is not a yes or a no. The answer is locked up in your daily activities. The answer is enshrouded in your habits. I'm talking about your habits. I can autonomously show you the future. Because success is predictable. And failure too is predictable. This is therefore a clarion call. A call for revival, not survival. A call for you to do things that will be upfront. A call to the place of intentionality. Because the last time I checked, destiny and purpose fulfillment has nothing to do with holidays, breaks, ASU strike, or even COVID-19. The last time I checked, mighty men are not plenty, not because necessarily they are special, but because they understand this body is important. The exam is over. It's holiday. When last did you stay up at night to work on a personal project? When that's you pick up a non-academic book to read to nourish yourself, for the unit of destiny is called time. Time is a factor that unifies, equalizes, and even resets the happenings upon the earth. Every 24-hour cycle, time is impartial, time is universal. But you see, time can either be wasted, spent, used, or invested. So choosing today what you want to do with this commodity called time. For as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. So please forget about your steeds. Roll up your sleeves and please get to work. It's a call for change. Thank you. Now question and answer, please. Please, I am here. Please help me. I have one question there. Thank you. Sorry. I have one question. Okay. Sir, so as students that just finished their exams, we know that during these periods we were really busy and had a lot going on. So now that we have this small break, are you supposed to relax and re-energize for the next semester? Like do some fun, watch some movies, however we like. Okay, and read inspirational books. Now I like this person, he's so honest. The person is so honest. Now, let me just answer this first. First of all, yeah, it's good to chill, and you should chill. But there should be a balance about it. Don't use 2 weeks. You are using 2 weeks to chill. Are you serious? 2 weeks of your life you are chilling. No? Someone just made $2 million within 2 weeks. So I understand you just finished your exam and you were very busy, correct? So you can miss a few days to actually relax. We are actually very funny. Someone can travel a long distance and a long journey, and when he gets to the destination, and you tell him, I'm so tired. And the person is actually tired, but guess what? He will still be on the phone. He will still be on that phone doing something. So when you say you want to relax, actually relax. It's not that you are actually on social media just waiting while you're time. That's what I'm talking about. So if you actually want to relax, relax. In fact, you can actually be like on a particular day, just keep your phone and just rest for that day without your phone. Don't even touch your phone that day. Keep it somewhere else and just stay asleep, wake up. If you must watch movies, you can watch documentaries. You can watch historic movies. You can watch movies like on Freedom Fighters or something. Those events that actually happened were reacted. Do you understand? You can watch those movies and you will learn from it. It's not that you're watching something and after went to the market and all of those noise here and there. It's that even when you are doing something that is not directly work, you are still learning something you can use in the future. That's what I'm trying to say. So please, and then one of the things you can do too, after exams, you are stressed, you can take yourself out. Just take a video. It can be in a group with friends, or you can also just take yourself out and have a moment with yourself. Go and eat. Like eat something refreshing that you enjoy. Tell yourself thank you for being serious during the exam. Not someone that was chilling through the exam, that was really serious during the exam, and just enjoy the moment, then afterwards resume work. Don't use 2 weeks to rest. That's too much. I think I answered that question. Any other question, please? If there's any other question, you can just raise your hand or write in paper and ask any things you want to do. Yeah, no, but okay. You can just ask. What have you written in the paper? Who you are writing? Okay. Who else? Who else? Any other question? While waiting for questions, you can follow me online. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, YouTube channel. We are currently streaming this on YouTube, so you can get the video, the full video on our YouTube page. Check it out on Monday on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So you'll be able to see my works there. I'm done. Okay, yes, please.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
My name is Henry. The question is like this. Concerning time management and working, sometimes you get to do a very deep work that you feel found out while working. And it's so, for instance, maybe you're designing something and you keep trying to get it right, trying to get it perfect, and it's just don't be it. Yes, there's this unwillingness to go back to it. So how do you go back to what you have been working on before to complete it?
Yes. Thank you very much for that question. So I actually understand what you're saying. Sometimes you have people working on the design and something is not entering. It's not just clicking as you want it. And you spend hours and hours, and at the end of the day you are so tired and you feel like you are not going to that design. And you can actually just keep it to do something easier. First of all, it happens. Second of all, our brain, whenever something is difficult, like an entry into something is difficult, it's very difficult for us to start it, right? Like me personally, if someone tells me to please send him or her a PDF file or something from my laptop, or if I want to do a work on my laptop, it's very difficult for me to on that laptop. I usually keep my laptop somewhere. To go and carry it and on it, it's a lot of friction, that friction. But if it's in my phone, I can quickly send to whoever I want to send. So whenever, how to enter that state of work matters. If it's very difficult, it becomes hard. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If it becomes difficult, it becomes hard. So try to make the entry easy or exciting. Do you understand that? And one of these also is to set deadlines. Instead of people procrastinating, because it's difficult to actually go and continue that work, you should set deadlines. I said this thing in the next 4 days, I should finish this work. However you want to do it, then I'll just want to put on that work. Or at the same time, you can make it easy that, okay, let me watch maybe a documentary, for instance. You are so exhausted, you are tired. Because let me just watch a particular documentary on the same laptop. While you are watching, as you are getting relieved and excited, that state where you feel good now, it's easier for you to just go and click on that software and start work. Not that from the stress state you are entering that. You understand what I'm saying? So, however you can make the entry easy, it's easier for you to do your work. So one of the examples I can give is this. Some people now, if they want to read personal development books, some people don't even have read personal development books. But somewhere in their hearts, they want to. One of the things I do, they call it habit stacking. Habit stacking is that you connect an existing habit with a new habit. So what does that mean? If I go to the place of study to read my academic book, I actually go together with the personal development book. So once I'm seated, I'm in that state of I want to learn now. So instead of me to carry my academic book, I will first pick the personal development book first. Do you understand? I connected personal development to my academic book. So I will read 30 minutes or one chapter from the personal development book before I start academic book. So you understand what I'm trying to say? Instead of me to just leave reading personal development book in isolation. Do you understand? It can be this sense of friction. There's no time. I'm always busy. But when you connect it to another activity, then it becomes easy. Did I answer that question? So I have a question that says, you spoke about cutting down social media and turning data off while studying. How about times when you need to study but still need to consult some YouTube videos, ChatGPT, and all that? Do you have to create a different time for that? Yes, and at the same time, no. When I say yes, sometimes when you are reading, you come across some things. You can write it down and say, I'll check it out when I'm done with it. It can work. You can actually comprehend what you are reading without going in depth into this particular concept. So you can write it down and say, the moment I'm done reading, I will do this research. But sometimes you need to do it simultaneously. That as you are reading, you need to check some YouTube video relating to what you are reading. As you are reading, you need to go on your browser, Chrome, to search something that relates to what you are reading. Do you understand what I'm saying? But now your data is on, it's okay. That's why I said you should turn off some notifications. Because when your data is on, you want to go to Chrome to search how is basement constructed. Then WhatsApp pops in, and it's from that person that excites you a lot. I don't want to mention the person. He excites you a lot. Then you click and reply. But that wasn't the goal. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And then you open YouTube, you watch a tutorial video, but you saw a video how you made $1,000 in 30 minutes. You clicked it. But you didn't go to YouTube because of that video. You went there to watch tutorial videos. That's why I said ignore or save for data. Do you understand that? Did I answer that question? So there are some times you can turn it off, write it down, you search data. There are some times you have to do it simultaneously, but there's a wisdom around that. I think I'm done with the questions. Any other questions, please? Any other questions? Any other questions? You have any other questions? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Can we clap one more time, please? Now we want to take pictures, good pictures, and take the keep that before we go to ready. Come to front. Let's see the front.